Have you ever thought about the enormous power and influence that the Roman Empire once held? It's a question that has fascinated historians and scholars for centuries, and it all began with the birth of the Roman Republic in 509 BC. Before the Republic, there was the Roman Kingdom, a monarchy that lasted for over 200 years. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. The last king of Rome, Tarquinius Superbus, was overthrown by his own people, leading to the establishment of the Roman Republic. A new era dawned for Rome, an era of expansion and conquest, where power was no longer in the hands of a single ruler, but a senate representing the interests of the people. As the Republic flourished, so did the ambitions of its leaders. One such leader was Julius Caesar, a man whose name still resonates today. A military genius and a political mastermind, Caesar expanded the Republic's territories, bringing Gaul under Roman control. But his ambitions didn't stop there. He declared himself dictator for life, a move that ultimately led to his downfall and assassination in 44 BC. But as one sun set, another rose. In the ashes of Caesar's demise emerged a new ruler, his adopted son, Augustus. He took the reins of power and transformed the Republic into an empire in 27 BC. He was Rome's first emperor, a title that would be held by many after him, each leaving their indelible mark on the annals of history. From a small city-state on the Italian peninsula, Rome grew to become an empire that controlled the entirety of the Mediterranean. The birth of an empire, a story of ambition, power, and transformation that changed the course of history. The legacy of Rome is still felt today, in our laws, our languages, and our cultures. But how did this mighty empire rise, and what led to its eventual fall? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the captivating history of the Roman Empire. So how did Rome, a small city-state, manage to control a vast empire? The answer lies in a period known as the Pax Romana, a 200-year era of peace and prosperity that began in the 1st century AD. This was Rome's golden age, a time when her influence was felt far beyond her borders. The Pax Romana was a time of extraordinary growth and development. The Romans built an intricate network of roads that stretched across the empire, connecting distant lands and facilitating trade, communication, and military movement. These weren't just dirt paths, but well-engineered highways, some of which are still in use today, a testament to Roman engineering prowess. Moreover, the Romans were masters of water management. They constructed aqueducts, grand structures that carried fresh water from mountains and rivers into cities and towns. This ensured a steady supply of water for drinking, bathing, and irrigation, reflecting a level of sophistication and efficiency that was unparalleled at the time. But Roman achievement wasn't limited to infrastructure. They also built grand amphitheaters, the most famous of which is the Colosseum. These massive structures were the venues for public spectacles, including gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and dramatic performances, providing entertainment for the masses. The Pax Romana wasn't just about physical progress, but cultural expansion as well. Roman culture, language, and laws spread across the empire. Latin became the lingua franca, facilitating communication and promoting a shared identity among diverse peoples. Roman law, with its emphasis on fairness and justice, served as the foundation for legal systems across the world. Despite the challenges and conflicts that inevitably arose, the Pax Romana was a time when Rome's power and influence were unrivaled. It was a period of relative peace, prosperity, and progress, a time when the sun never set on the Roman Empire. From a small city-state to a sprawling empire, Rome's rise was a remarkable feat. The Pax Romana, with its peace and prosperity, was a testament to Roman ingenuity and ambition. And so, the Pax Romana was a time when Rome was at its peak, a golden age of progress and prosperity. The stage was set for Rome's influence to continue, but as with all empires, challenges were on the horizon. But as we know, all that glitters is not gold. So what caused the decline of this mighty empire? Well, the seeds of Rome's downfall were sown from within. Political corruption was rampant, with the Roman Senate becoming a breeding ground for power-hungry aristocrats. Emperors were often selected not based on their leadership skills, but on their ability to bribe and manipulate. This led to a series of inept leaders who were more interested in personal gain than the welfare of the empire. As if the political decay wasn't enough, economic instability reared its ugly head. The once flourishing economy of Rome was now faltering. The empire's vast territories made it difficult to manage resources effectively. Inflation was high, unemployment was rampant, and the gap between the rich and the poor was widening. Rome's once thriving markets were now filled with uncertainty and fear. Adding fuel to the fire was military overspending. Rome's legions, once the envy of the world, were stretched thin across the empire's vast borders. The cost of maintaining such a colossal force was astronomical, draining the empire's resources. The over-reliance on mercenaries who were loyal to gold rather than Rome further weakened the military structure. But perhaps the most significant blow came when the empire divided itself in two. The Western and Eastern Roman empires, each with its own emperor and capital, were born. This division, intended to make the empire easier to govern, only served to weaken it further. The two halves grew apart, each facing its own set of challenges, and the unity that once defined Rome was lost. The culmination of these factors set the stage for the fall of Rome. Political corruption, economic instability, military overspending, and division of the empire. These were the cracks that began to show in the once invincible Roman Empire. The cracks were beginning to show, and the empire was on the brink of a massive change. So, when did the mighty Roman Empire finally meet its end? The Roman Empire, once a beacon of civilization and a powerhouse of military might, began to crumble under its own weight. The decline was gradual, filled with internal strife, economic instability, and constant pressure from the barbarian invasions. But it was in the 5th century AD that the empire faced its ultimate downfall. The first major blow came in 410 AD when the Visigoths, a Germanic tribe led by King Alaric, sacked Rome. This event sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world, as it was the first time in nearly 800 years that Rome had fallen to a foreign invader. The Eternal City, as it was once known, was plundered and ravished, leaving the once mighty empire in a state of shock and despair. But the final nail in the coffin came in 476 AD with the invasion of the Ostrogoths. Led by their king Odoacer, the Ostrogoths deposed Romulus Augustulus, the last Roman emperor in the West. This marked the official end of the Western Roman Empire, an era that had lasted for over 1,000 years. However, it's important to remember that while the Western Roman Empire had fallen, the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive. The Byzantines managed to preserve much of Roman law, culture, and technology, serving as a beacon of light in the Dark Ages. They held on even as the Western Empire crumbled until 1453 AD when they finally succumbed to the Ottoman Turks. The fall of Rome was not a singular event but a long, drawn-out process that spanned centuries. It was a time of chaos and turbulence, marked by the loss of a great civilization but also the birth of new ones. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor was overthrown, marking the end of an era that had lasted for over 1,000 years. The echoes of that era, however, still resonate in our world today, shaping our laws, our culture, and our understanding of power and empire. But did the Roman Empire truly disappear, or does it continue to live on in other ways? As we delve into the legacy of the Roman Empire, we find that it is far from extinct. In fact, it has permeated every facet of modern life, from government to law, language, architecture, and culture, leaving a lasting impression that persists to this day. Let's first consider government. The Roman Republic, with its system of checks and balances, served as a blueprint for modern democratic societies. Today, many countries, including the United States, owe their governmental structure to the Roman model of representative democracy. Next, we move on to law. Roman law, with its principles of equality and justice, has informed legal systems worldwide. Concepts such as innocent until proven guilty, the right to a fair trial, and legal representation are all Roman in origin. Roman law was the bedrock upon which our modern legal systems were built. Language is another sphere where Rome's influence is evident. Latin, the language of Rome, is the progenitor of the Romance languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. Furthermore, Latin terminology permeates many fields, such as medicine, law, and the sciences. In architecture, the Romans were true innovators. Their use of the arch, dome, and concrete revolutionized construction, enabling the creation of larger and more complex structures. Today, these elements are integral to modern architecture, from grand public buildings to humble homes. Finally, we turn to culture. Roman literature, philosophy, and art have profoundly influenced Western thought and aesthetics. From Virgil's epic poetry to the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, Roman intellectual heritage continues to inspire and inform. So, we see that Rome's influence extends far beyond its historical confines. Its legacy has been woven into the fabric of our modern societies, subtly shaping our thoughts, actions, and environment. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its legacy remains with us even today, continuing to shape our world in countless ways.